そう
中谷くん、お互い頑張って来年東京ドームで盛り上げましょう。
I'm genuinely so sick and tired of people acting like the Sebastian Hernandez fight is going to dictate the outcome in this Inoue matchup with Nakatani. Firstly, we need to give Sebastian Hernandez credit in his ability to implement his game plan, pushing forward and applying pressure on Nakatani all 12 rounds. He never slowed down, and he was so persistent in his pursuit to do that. But in that process, we have to realize that Nakatani was landing so many clean shots on Hernandez. He's able to frame, create distance, utilize his strengths, utilize his awkward angles and awkward punch trajectories to land. The only thing that we didn't expect was that Hernandez never got hurt. This guy's chin was rock solid, and no matter how clean Nakatani landed, Hernandez was able to continue to push forward. Obviously, durability and ability to take shots in a professional boxing match is a huge variable. We can't look at the Nakatani and Hernandez fight and assume that's going to be a direct reflection of the Inoue and Nakatani matchup. I don't think Hernandez and Inoue are the same fighter. They don't fight the same, they don't have the same amount of durability, and we've seen that in the past. So we can't assume it's going to be the same outcome in this matchup. We need to look at this fight objectively, look at each fighter's strengths, and really consider, does Nakatani have a chance to upset Inoue? And I think he genuinely does. He has a long frame, he's much larger, longer arms as a southpaw, utilizes his range, which is his biggest strength, creates traps from a southpaw stance, and we know Inoue has been less aggressive as of late against Picasso or Murajan. And it makes it interesting to me because I know he can close distance against bigger fighters. I know he has an ability to be more explosive than Nakatani. But is he going to be able to do that when he's eating shots? Is he going to be able to take those punches and continue to implement that same game plan? I'm not too sure. We've seen him drop in the past from smaller fighters and lesser punchers than somebody like Nakatani. I can't say with confidence that Inoue is going to be able to consistently take punches like that. And I can't say with confidence that Inoue is going to be willing to have that firefight or have those exchanges in the mid to close range consistently. I think he can win the majority of those types of exchanges, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to survive those types of exchanges. I have to think the same thing with Nakatani, but that makes me question what range is this fight going to operate in. And for me, I see it happening in the long range. From the long range, Inoue closing distance is extremely dangerous. I mean, he uses foot feints, head feints, works off the opponent's jab, works off the opponent's weight on their back foot or their front foot. Like, this guy's incredible. He has a variety of ways to close distance, and that makes me think that that's going to be his game plan going into the fight, especially considering his temperament in the Murajan and the Picasso fights. At that distance, that's Nakatani's strength. That's where he wants to be. That's where he always has an advantage in every matchup he's in, other than his last fight. He's able to operate from that range, be comfortable, and I truly wonder who's going to be moving forward in the fight. Who's going to be on the back foot? Who's going to be on the front foot? What is that going to look like? Who's going to be willing to step inside and put themselves in a vulnerable position? Everybody wants to talk about Nakatani's vulnerabilities, but we have to consider Inoue's too. Both of these guys sacrifice their defense for offense. Their offense is their best defense, and they know that, and they're willing to fight knowing that. I think they're both capable of making adjustments, but when it comes to fight IQ And being in that moment and in the late rounds when it gets tough, or when you need to know the potential scoring of a fight or how to win closely contested exchanges for the judges, I have to favor Inoue in that. But when it comes to all the physical attributes of a boxer in the long range where I see the fight operating in, Nakatani has an advantage. Of course, those are the physical attributes outside of fast twitch or explosiveness. Inoue is pound for pound number one when it comes to that. And Nakatani has the ability to work in a range where he'll have more time to react. And I think that's in his benefit. And I think that's something that we're forgetting after the Hernandez fight. We're forgetting the reason why this was such a big fight when it was first talked about. This matchup is so intriguing because of the physical and the boxing strengths of both these fighters. And we have to consider both of those, and this is truly a 50-50 fight for me. A key aspect of the fight to look out for as soon as it starts is how bladed Nakatani's stance is from the long range and how non-committal he is with his lead hand, with that flicking jab, trying to set up his backhand. But in an open stance matchup, it makes me wonder if he's able to land that same shot against Inoue, who's going to be battling for that lead foot. He's going to have to find some shots with his lead hand, whether it's that uppercut or it's a lead hook or a stabbing jab. I haven't seen him do that as much as of late. He loves that lead uppercut, but I'm going to have to see him establish range with a stabbing jab. That being said, let's not forget who Junto Nakatani is. And let's not take anything away from Naoya Inoue if he's able to win this fight.